From Studio 1A in Tampa, Florida, comes a talk show that really feels your pain and tells you like it is. We love America and all that freedom-loving Americans want to protect. Live from coast to coast and on your radio, it's For the People with Keith Allen.
We'll help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people. Whatever your source of stress or strife, for the people is there.
And For the People is on your radio. I am Keith Allen and proudly welcoming you to this March the 1st, 2017's edition of For the People. A big night. A big night for Donald Trump, and apparently the Dow Jones Industrial Average is liking it too, across the 21,000 milestone at the opening bell this morning. It was one of the fastest 1,000-point advances in the Blue Chips Index history. So this optimism on Wall Street, it came from Donald Trump in his address to the joint sessions of Congress, in which he outlined the ways in which he hoped to make America great again. His policies, priorities included repealing the Affordable Care Act, a cornerstone of President Barack Obama's administration, revamping the U.S. tax code, improving trade policies, and requesting Congress to approve $1 trillion for infrastructure spending. We're going to look at the speech. A lot of people analyzing the speech. CNN, of course, analyzing the speech too, and it's not all bad. But the Democrats, they sure left rather fast, didn't they? They cleared the House really fast. Nancy Pelosi did not look too happy last night. Was it just my imagination? No, she didn't look good. She doesn't look good. A lot of people say Donald Trump needs Nancy Pelosi. Well, she does wield some power from the Dems. Maybe she'll have some sense come into that brain of hers. Donald Trump has had words with her, as you know, calling her recently incompetent. Of course, it's been a war on words between the two of them. Will they be able to mend fences? That's the big question. A lot of separation. All right, Donald Trump's speech. This is encapsulated, and then we're going to go on point by point so you can hear it if you didn't have a chance to listen to the whole speech or watch the whole speech. We're going to break it down, and we're going to analyze it and talk about it today on For the People. So much to talk about, indeed. Here's last night.
States.
While we may be a nation divided on policies, we are a country that stands united in condemning hate and evil. I am here tonight to deliver a message of unity and strength, and it is a message deeply delivered from my heart. A new national pride is sweeping across our nation, and a new surge of optimism is placing impossible dreams firmly within our grasp. We are also taking strong measures to protect our nation from radical Islamic terrorism. So I am calling on all Democrats and Republicans in Congress to work with us to save Americans from this imploding Obamacare disaster. We will soon begin the construction of a great wall along our southern border. Ryan died as he lived, a warrior and a hero, battling against terrorism and securing our nation.
Wow. Powerful moment, by the way.
Thank you, God bless you, and God bless the United States.
You know, it was very powerful, and if you got to watch it last night, there were some very powerful moments, and a lot of people from the left and to the right have said that Donald Trump looked presidential. I mean, if it wasn't obvious before, well, it's obvious now, they said, because of the speech, the content. There was a lot of it. And he wasn't attacking the media. He wasn't saying he was going to build the wall, because that really scares people on the left. They like the idea of open borders, and they like the drug dealers coming in, and they like the fact that they can pay people nothing to actually care for their people out there in California, because you got the largest amount of people there that do that type of work. They like paying nothing. These people deserve better. I truly believe that. So don't be offended and think that I'm anti-immigrant or anti-Mexican, because I'm just not. I'm not going to be rude and just be an obnoxious American and say, oh, I love Mexican food. People are people. It's just the principle of all of it, and how we are taken advantage of, and how we, if we decide to enforce our laws, as that's the only thing Donald Trump really wants to do, not different from any other country. But anyway, we could go off at a tirade there and just have a whole show and have too much fun, but we're going to get into the meat and potatoes, if you will. Donald Trump has talked about bringing jobs back. This has been a big one. There's tens of millions of people that are not working. They're off the books. Millions more on welfare. Home ownership is down. People need work. People need jobs. And a job would be nice. And good-paying jobs. Well, Donald Trump addressed that last night.
The President of the United States.
All right, so he addressed that. But that is segment one. That's okay. We'll get it. There it is right there. Jobs.
I'm going to bring back millions of jobs. Protecting our workers also means reforming our system of legal immigration. The current outdated system depresses wages for our poorest workers and puts great pressure on taxpayers. Nations around the world, like Canada, Australia, and many others, have a merit-based immigration system. It's a basic principle that those seeking to enter a country ought to be able to support themselves financially. Yet in America, we do not enforce this rule, straining the very public resources that our poorest citizens rely upon.
That's right.
According to the National Academy of Sciences, our current immigration system costs American taxpayers
Listen to this.
many billions of dollars a year. Switching away from this current system of lower-skilled immigration and instead adopting a merit-based system, we will have so many more benefits. It will save countless dollars, raise workers' wages, and help struggling families, including immigrant families, enter the middle class. And they will do it quickly.
Sounds nice.
And they will be very, very happy indeed.
Sounds pretty rational to me. And listen to the applause.
I believe that real and positive immigration reform is possible as long as we focus on the following goals: to improve jobs and wages for Americans, to strengthen our nation's security, and to restore respect for our laws. If we are guided by the well-being of American citizens, then I believe Republicans and Democrats can work together to achieve an outcome that has eluded our country for decades.
And when Trump said, and Democrats, leaning into the Democratic word, he was motioning to Nancy Pelosi, and she looked like a lemon. She really did. There's so much work to be done. We need to be able to have fair immigration. We don't want to be kicking people out that don't need to be kicked out. That's why going after the bad guys always made sense to me when hearing about it, and to folks with sensibility, practicality in their vocabulary. They get those particulars and they embrace them. A lot of them are business owners, independent contractors. They understand. They want to get paid more money. Who doesn't? When you're getting paid literally beans and rice and you're eating rice and beans and beans and rice, that ain't much fun, as we say in the South. But Donald Trump's speech hit on just about every single thing, and one critical thing that the left and those that are calling him out, he didn't say anything about Russia. He didn't say anything about Russia. Who cares? Who cares? But I'll tell you who does care about it. The left, that's the only thing that they have. That's the only thing they're holding on to. Oh, there's investigations for Russia because Russia got Trump elected? He told people to vote for him? How about the diversionary tactics of Hillary Rotten Clinton? Call it WikiLeaks or whatever, but the leaks were accurate. She did wrong. Talk about not being fit for office. Hillary Clinton, crooked Hillary, crooked Bill Clinton. Are you kidding me? God, it's spare. We haven't burned any airtime on those names in a while. Oh, but they're cooking up some other stuff. Oh yeah, they're not through. They're behind the Obama initiative to try to discredit Trump as much as they possibly can and cook up things as much as they will. Don't pretend that they're not done, because that's just not how they operate. They can't do it. They can't just retire. Not going to happen. Anyways, I was very pleased. A lot of Republicans were pleased, but there was substance to it. I believe he spoke to everybody, and if you really listen to it intelligently with an open mind, which many people did, and surprisingly, CNN had some very favorable polls, 50, 60, 70%, showed the following morning. Favorable remarks that it gave people a lot more confidence, and obviously, look at Wall Street. Oh, my Lord. All right, so these trivial fights, Trump addressed this, says we need to get behind all of this. Make sense?
The time for small thinking is over. The time for trivial fights is behind us. We just need the courage to share the dreams that fill our hearts, the bravery to express the hopes that stir our souls, and the confidence to turn those hopes and those dreams into action. From now on, America will be empowered by our aspirations, not burdened by our fears, inspired by the future, not bound by failures of the past, and guided by a vision, not blinded by our doubts. I am asking all citizens to embrace this renewal of the American spirit. I am asking all members of Congress to join me in dreaming big and bold and daring things for our country. I am asking everyone watching tonight to seize this moment, believe in yourselves, believe in your future, and believe once more in America. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless the United States.
Wow. You know, there's such optimism in the air. Democrats may have bailed out, but what Trump said and how he said it and the magic that took place last night there was unbelievably powerful and effective. The speech and how it was given and what was said and what was in it, I believe, will stoke those fires and will motivate people from all over the world to know where America stands. Now, Congress needs to act. I Facebook today on For the People Show at Facebook. Follow us, by the way. If you don't, you can weigh in. Let me know what you think. Just a short just comment about Donald Trump looking more presidential. I thought he already looked presidential, but I'm happy that people just got it. If it solidified it more for somebody last night, that's fine. He was more than capable of doing so. It was the out-of-the-box thinking that got him to where he is today. And believe me, at For the People, you know, we were here from the very beginning telling everybody across the country, and we have the archives to prove it, that the founder of the program wrote him a letter way before he announced, way before then, to suggest because of the things that he was saying on morning television and news